Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Let's Play for A Link to the Past. I am S.A.N, and when we left off, we had just completed the Skull Dungeon. My least favorite dungeon in the entire game, so I'm glad that's over with. For those of you who saw that episode, I found it quite aggravating. So those of you who did not watch it can go back and watch if you want and see how annoying it was. I'm so glad that's over with. Where we ended last time was right here with the second game of chance minigame. This case, paying a few rupees to open up 2 chests. Again, as with the last time, the main point was to get a piece of heart, which I did. I actually got it much quicker than last time. There was only took I think 2 tries. Alright, so let's go out of here. I leave that hyperactive goblin. Okay. So as you can see, we are in the Dark World equivalent of Kakariko Village, known as the Village of Outcasts, I believe. And the next dungeon is Thieves Town, which is right off to the right there. We are basically at almost the halfway point of our adventures in the Dark World, and we're nearing the end of this game rather quickly. This is episode 6. I think we might get 10 episodes out of this. I think I might get 10 episodes out of the series. Just going what is left. That's fine. That's a good amount, I think, for a start. Alright. Also, as you can see, we're halfway to a new heart container. We won't be doing any side stuff before we get to the next dungeon. But also, as you can tell by looking at our inventory, there's not many magic items left to acquire. There's still one more bottle, but I think we'll be getting that today. Oh, that's a good point. I haven't burned through a lot of fairies. I might go and get some potions and fairies before we continue. Glad I checked that. But there's very little left of this game. I think there's only 6 heart pieces left by my count. Because we have 14 currently. There's 4 dungeons left, each with a heart container. And then there's just enough heart pieces left to get 2 more hearts. So yeah, that should be right. We'll be getting a lot of those today as well. Alright. However, alright, this right here is going to be where the next dungeon is. But I'm going to warp back to the light world and gather some fairies and potions before we go in there, because it helps be prepared. As last week shows, I meant to press Y there, not X. Alrighty then. So yes, we have a dungeon first today, and then a bunch of side stuff to do afterwards, which is the reverse of how I've done it up until this point. But that's fine. Alright. The benefits of having inexorable wealth in this game. You can very easily buy potions. Alright. And I'll get a fairy, and then we can go back to Kakariko Village. Back to one of my favorite areas in Hyrule, where we found the ice rod. So Thieves Town isn't actually too complicated, despite the name. It's big, I remember that. And it has a mildly annoying boss that can do a fair bit of damage. But compared to the Skull Dungeon, it's nowhere near as bad as that. Yeah, Mathula is an annoying boss. Nothing to do with it itself, just its boss room is annoying. With the sliding floors and spikes. Alright, that was short. I didn't cut that out because it wasn't going to take long. Alright, so we have to go to this statue and pull the bottom of this pitchfork off, believe it or not. And now we go down. Alright, yeah. Thieves Town, these dragon men are some of the tougher enemies in here, if I remember correctly. lots of stealthy enemies in here. No thieves, though, ironically. Yes, the map. Now, if memory serves, this is a relatively... Now, this is somewhat larger than some of the previous ones we've dealt with up to this point. Not the Tower of Heresize, but that was very straightforward. This is a bit more convoluted, as you can tell by these first 4 rooms here, which are laid out in a square pattern. Alright. Yeah, the red dragon men, which you can see there, spit fireballs, just like the red mimics that we encountered in the last dungeon. Alright, we have to go up there and get that. Yeah, a lot more of those Zols will pop up in this dungeon. I think that's what they're called. I don't think they're called choo-choos. That thing came later. One of those curse spinners. Alright. Oh, good grief, there's another one. Alrighty then. Okay, there was one hidden. That is just mean. Yeah, these walkways overhead are annoying because they obscure a lot of the enemies, and you can't see where you're going sometimes when you're down there. Yes. Another thing about this dungeon that makes it a little odd is you can see there's a door here which requires the boss key, which normally we don't get until much later. I remember correctly, we get it fairly early on this time around. Like I said, this dungeon is a little convoluted in the fact it's some of it's backwards, almost. Yeah, if I remember correctly, it's down in that other room. Whoa! But I just want to make sure first. I don't think there's much more we can do here. Alright, let's jump down here, not get set on fire by that flame snake. And let's go down this way. Alright, another 3rd chest. Lots of treasure in this place. Oh no, this is the compass. Alright. Maybe we don't get the boss key just yet. I remember this being rather convoluted because there's a few tricks in this place. Alright. So I can only assume we want to go back up one of on the screen and try to make it for one of those. It's weird when it's sometimes hard to tell, by the way. As you can see, I'm sometimes having difficulty telling when the screen transition occurs. Okay, there's a bombable wall. Let's go there. If I can. Alright, let's jump down here. Ah! Okay, yeah, so we're supposed to go bomb there and then go up that way. Okay. There it is. There's a lot of traps in here, and a lot of enemies with ranged capabilities and stealth capabilities, and it can make fighting them a little tedious. Apart from that, this dungeon is surprisingly straightforward. It just comes down to the fact that it's called Thieves Town. You kind of expect, I guess, a bit more trickery. There is trickery, to be fair, but no. I guess I'm just expecting more. That's all. Alright. That should bring me up into this next room. Alright. Now, what in the world was the point of that? Like I said, it's easy to get lost. Was I right about getting the boss key? Then, because we haven't yet. Alright, I'm just going to pause a second and check my guide, just to make sure I'm not now second-guessing myself after all this. That would be very annoying. Alright, I was second-guessing myself. My first instinct was correct. We do get the boss key early in this dungeon. I remember doing that. It's like, it's a little annoying when that happens, but sometimes you doubt yourself, especially after playing this game so many times. Alright, down this way. See, that transition is taking a bit longer, I think. Oh, good grief. Alright, we're a bunny again. I wish the Moon's Pearl protected from that, but it doesn't. There's another one. Alright, this is the boss key. Yeah, see, this is unusual. We were basically in the dungeon for all of 5 minutes so far. We have the map, compass, and boss key. Alright, no! Oh, I have to go down that way anyway. Well, let's jump over here, because I'm getting tired of being turned into a bunny rabbit. And I'm getting tired of getting shot with fireballs. Yes, you go that way. Let's get out of this this crazy room. There we go. Okay, yeah, I need a few hearts. Ooh, and a key. Alright, so that opens up into that room. Yeah, down that way. Okay. Now, see, here's another thing that you can't normally do. This is the boss room. But we can walk right in here. There's no boss, obviously. Like I said, this dungeon causes you to... Basically, it messes with the classic formula a little bit. Which I actually like. It becomes a bit less intuitive. Okay, so you can freeze these guys. I could not remember if you could or not. Alright, through here we go. Oh, these things are annoying. They basically send out their nucleus, which then you have to kill with an anti-fairy in the room. Alright, I need to turn that thing into a fairy. I'm taking a lot of damage unnecessarily here. Come back over here. There we go. Alright. Yeah. I think it's a better strategy to go this way. And then go up. Good to hit more. I can't remember what these things are called. These amoeba-like enemies. Yeah. Like I said, lots of traps in here. Can I freeze them with the ether medallion? Let's try that. No, they are completely unaffected by that. Oh, good. I mean... yeah. As you can see, the Master Sword isn't doing as much damage as it could compared to other... as it did previously. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So this should lead down. No, it leads up. There we go. Yeah, even bats are surviving. Well, they have more hit points at this point. Oh no! I don't know if the boomerang will reach that far. No. Well, that's annoying. I really would have liked that. That large magic potion. Alright, what's this have to say? Yeah, so Zelda's, if you remember correctly, Zelda's the one talking to us through these Triforce plates now. Yeah. So Blind the Thief apparently has magic. And she's just telling us to be careful and doesn't tell us anything more than that. There we go. Ah, smashing frozen enemies at my leisure with a giant hammer. It's something. It's a little thing that you really do miss sometime in later games. But like I did say, you can actually do that in Breath of the Wild, which I really did enjoy. Ah, all right. So we did have to trip that switch. I could not remember. That's fine. There we go. Yes. So like Zelda was saying, there is a trick to defeating Blind, who is the boss of this dungeon. And I think it's this room right here. There it is, yeah. Alright. This is the trick, believe it or not. We get to set this up way in advance, and here's your clue. Yeah. There's cracked floor in the floors there. The hammer isn't strong enough to break them, but bombs are. Yeah, and yet more proof. More bombs. Yeah, so just throw a bomb there. Now, we'll see it anyway when we go back down there, but you remember when we entered Blind's room? Well, this is the room immediately above it, so light is shining down there now. I will obviously illustrate that point by showing it to you on the video, because, well, it doesn't really make a difference. I don't remember if we're supposed to blow holes here or not. Oh, okay, no. Yeah, there's a few red herrings, apparently. Believe it or not, that was the only thing we had to do up here. So we can head back down now. Ah! Ah! Alright, this won't stop that amoeba-like thing, but it will freeze the dragon man. Why is it transparent there? I don't understand why. No, come this way. I guess we'll have to put up with the beeping a little bit. I have the personal philosophy it's better to use fairies before you rely on potions, really. I think... yeah, this is the way down. And this is a very dangerous room, so I'm just going to go down right away. And I'll be using a lot of magic from here on out, just to try and conserve my fairy as long as I can. Oh, there we go. That stops the beeping at least. Yeah. We'll be coming back this way. So, you may have noticed at this point that the power glove we got at the start of the game is not letting us lift as heavy things, for example, this massive block. Yeah. Oh no, we can lift that! What? I thought we couldn't. Huh. Well then... very... huh. Ah, well, I freezed you before you could burn me. That's actually throwing me for a loop there. I thought I couldn't do that. Yeah, I was positive we need the... wow, this is actually taking no time at all. I just realized that. Okay. I think that is an important area, but I think we should go the other way first. Yeah, quite a few... Actually, I'm going back up that way because I'm likely to fall off there. Especially if I'm having to fight jellyfish on top of it all. There we go. Yeah, since when are we able to... That's really confusing. Oh, I think this was a mistake coming here. Well, Ether will solve it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I am short a few keys apparently. Maybe we do have to go the other way. Well, let's give that a try. Ugh, yeah, and get into this room. There's only one room we haven't been in there, and that has to have the dungeon item, because we haven't found it yet. So, nice try. Freeze you. No. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. The boss key unlocks these doors. See? Another thing that is usually contrary to the rest of the game. There we are. Ha! Yeah, Ether will also get rid of hidden enemies like those cursed spinners. Yes, now... Why aren't you in a crystal like all the other ones? This is immediately suspicious. Please take it outside. This should be a key, if I remember correctly. Yes. So having get into the last room... Alright. There we go. Yeah. You did not, honestly, I hope none of you expected the thieves not to have a trap to protect their treasure. So now we have the Titan's Glove, which is the upgraded version of the Power Glove. As you can see there, it says it has Lift 3. So we can now lift everything in the game, which will make exploration much simpler and will allow us to get a variety of items and heart pieces we couldn't get before. And I honestly thought we needed it to lift these things, but apparently I'm wrong. Alright. Well, with that, the only thing left for us to do, really, is... Yet more surprising, as you can see here. She's unaffected by the sliding floors. Did you notice that? I'll just let them all fall down. Alright then. I don't remember this boss fight being particularly tricky. Oh, sorry. No, there wasn't. Sorry, there's not a particular trick to this next boss fight, unfortunately. It can be difficult. Because well, blind just basically just does damage to you. There's no particular gimmick that can help you out, unfortunately. However, I'm going to equip the magic cape because I'm a little low on health. I do have a fairy, but I have a lot of potions that restore magic at the moment. However, there's one more thing I want to show before we go fight the boss, because, well, this video is already running a little short. Why was that lagging there? Was that a get? That was... I don't think that was in the video. I think that was just the game lag. Oh, it might be because there's too many things on screen at once. 1 second. Let's clear the screen. Yeah, that's definitely what's causing that. Alright. Because, obviously, we have the maiden now. We should be able to just exit and leave. No reason for a difficult boss fight. I think this is the right one. No, it's not. It's down one. Yeah, we should be able... The logic says now that we have her rescued, we should easily be able to just get out of here. Right? Hang on, let me just... Yes, obviously this is all sounding too good to be true for anyone who has ever played a video game. This is... We don't exit a Zelda dungeon before we fight a boss. And it's never that easy. It's never that easy to just rescue the maiden or the sage or whatever you're after in these games. Please don't go this way. Yes, she won't come out with us, and unfortunately I think that means I have to go back and get her again. But I just wanted to showcase that because, well, this is a Let's Play, so it makes sense to actually illustrate some of these points. Even if that means I now have to go back and get her again. I'm pretty sure she went back to where she was. Yes. Now, on the off chance that everyone watching this does not know the trick for this dungeon, and the last one that's being played on us here, I will leave it a surprise in a game that came out before I was born, admittedly, so this game is over 30 years old. But I'll leave it a surprise, just in case there might be some people who are too young to remember this game. And this might be... They might enjoy seeing it play out. Who knows? Alright then, let's go back and get her again. Oh, is it worth getting another fairy? I think I'll give it a try just to see if I can heal myself up. On the other hand, this might cost me my current fairy. Please come this way. There we go. Ah, good. I'm glad when things work out. There you go. So it's just up and then across. Don't... Oh, I have to go reset those blocks again. That's fine. Yeah. This is the reason I try to avoid exiting dungeons before I finish. Hang on. Yeah, this is going to burn through my magic a little bit. But that's fine. I can easily replenish it here. Alright. There we are. Magic crisis averted. I see no reason to kill that thing because it's not going to do anything. Alright, let's go get her again. Let's get out of here. From this point on, the Ether Medallion basically gets used an awful lot. It just makes clearing these large rooms of enemies, of which there are going to be a great many of going forward, It's so much simpler. There we are. There we go. Excuse me. Oh, come on, people. You didn't even lock the door. It froze it coming out of the floor. I've never seen that happen before. Yeah. Good news is Ether has a wide area of effect. Yeah, the hammer does have a shockwave effect which destroys them as well, in addition to the... oh yeah, I forgot to miss that. I missed that thing, though. Alright. Yeah. Alright. Time to get this boss and this charade over with. But first, I'll freeze another room of enemies. Yeah, I do want the magic cape for this upcoming fight, I think. So I didn't show this before, like I promised, but as you can see now, there's sunlight here, and this is the trick to exposing blind, because... yeah. Blind, in basically almost defiance of his literal name, is photosensitive, as in his eyes are sensitive to light. So not actually blind, just hard of seeing or just photosensitive, I guess. And Zelda's warning about Blind's magic is he can basically disguise himself for all intents and purposes. Oh. And shoot optical beams at us. Oh, and spit fireballs when he gets damaged. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And one more trick. As I... his head comes off, and then starts continuously spitting fireballs. And this is why I said the magic cape comes in handy here, because... as you can see, he's... well, this gets a little... I think the term is... bullet hell-like. There we go. But the magic cape makes it fairly straightforward. But you want to have a lot of magic potions for this. Alright. And that is Thieves Town. Dealt with far simpler than the Skull Dungeon. Actually far more enjoyable. Yes, the illusions are over, the tricks are done, now we have the maiden. And the line has eventually... yes. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. Alright. So with that, there are 3 dungeons left, with crystals in them. And one... and, as you can see here, a big castle that doesn't have a crystal in it. We will be going there afterwards. However, we're going to be... The remainder of this episode will be taken up with collecting a truly large amount of side items and heart pieces. So I'm just going to pause for a second just to double check where they are, because we can now get them thanks to having the Titan Mitt. Alright, so I just double checked where everything is. We can now proceed. The first thing we want to do is actually in the Village Outcasts, so we're going to do that before we leave. I believe it's just... yeah, it's here. This is a little unnecessary, as you will find out, because... just 300 rupees. We're already pretty wealthy at this point, but just to restock our supplies, mostly. Alright. Which way is it? This way? Okay. Here's one thing we can do. We want to pound down all these pegs. The order is not important. Just try to avoid getting the skeleton chickens, which are the Dark World cuckoo equivalent. Yeah. It can be hard to avoid hitting them at all, but the good news is, as long as you don't do it too often, they don't attack. Alright, that's a heart piece. And apparently, double checking my notes, that might be the only one we can actually get this session. I thought we could get more. Alright then. No, okay, we have to come here later. Yeah. We'll be back in a moment for that, because there is something we can get there, and it's going to be very important on our journey. But first, as I mentioned inside Thieves Town itself, the Master Sword is actually getting a little underwhelming in terms of power. And this little frog-like creature... your body don't change, you just... yeah. Can help us upgrade the Master Sword. However, we need to take him back to the Light World to do that. The good news is this is not difficult. We just have to go this way. Now, you remember that there's a swordsmith's house here in the Light World. Well, as you can see, this is one of the smiths. Alright, we found a partner. We're very happy now. Drop by again. We could template that sword perfectly, yes. So... oh, I think we have to actually exit and re-enter. That's fine. It costs us 10 rupees. Yeah. Yes, but they have to keep our sword, which, as you can see, means we are unarmed. At least for a little while. So we just have to wander off a little bit. I don't remember exactly for how long, but we're going to try and continue as best we can and come back for our tempered sword afterwards. The first thing I want to do is replace the potion I used. Which is easy enough to do. I suppose it would have been better to just buy the potion first and then go get 300 rupees, but it's not that big of a problem at this point. There's technically a side quest we can do with a bunch of rupees that we have, which will upgrade our bombs and arrow capacity, which I might end up doing at some point, but not now. Carrying more and more bombs isn't that big of a deal. arrows do become very important near the end of the game, so I might do that. But I'm probably not going to upgrade both to max, because it's a little... It's unnecessary, basically. Alright, let's warp back to the Dark World, because I'm curious if that did what we need. Yes, it did. Yeah. Okay. Alright, this is very important. Almost as important as getting our sword upgraded. Actually, it's probably more important, I guess. I think upgrading, tempering the sword is actually optional. However, this chest contains the fourth and final magic bottle, which is very important. Now, as you recall, there was mention of a former thief who lived... Oh, right. I don't have the Master Sword, so I can't do that. Ah! Right here. Yeah. If we keep a secret from him, he gives us the final bottle. And now I'm getting out of here. Yeah, that is the downside of giving the sword away at the moment, is we can't actually use the medallion spells, because they're for whoever holds the Master Sword only. Alright then. Two blue potions. Alright, that is going to make us much harder to kill going forward. Alright, we'll see if that was long enough. If not, there's one more thing we can do. It does not require the sword, but it is much easier with it because we have to trek through the Dark World a fair ways. Let us see if they finished. Alright. Yep, there we go. We got the Tempered Sword, which is red. So the Tempered Sword is twice as strong as the Master Sword, and has all its properties, so it was well worth it. Alright, so we have this now. We're going to warp back to the Dark World, and I'm going to pause for one moment just to double check the destination of the next item we're going to find, because it isn't abundantly clear to me right at the moment. I think it's in the mountains. Alright, so I was correct. It is in the mountains. It is on Death Mountain, which is in the Light World, so we will have to warp back there for a moment. Alright then. Off we fly. Alright, this is the closest place, isn't it? Alright, we need to go a bit further than we've gone on this mountain before. In fact, this is going to be an area we'll be coming back to later. And while I'm here, I want to explore some of these side caverns, because I think we missed a piece of heart at some point that we could have gotten from one of them. And just want to double check. There we go. The new Tempered Sword is doing a considerable amount of damage now. Huh. Ooh, another fairy. New fountain. Alright, remember this is. Yeah, I guess it's fine to use this. Oh, I can't use it. Now I should be able to. Yeah, 2 fairies and 2 blue potions should be more than enough. Alright then. Well, this is a bit of extra content then, at least. At least this is probably going to help lengthen the episode out. So after we get the next magic item, there's actually only going to be, I believe, one spot in our inventory after this. I don't remember what's in. Oh yeah, this is where we came across before. Oh no, there is one. It's there. Okay, I'm getting that because. All right, we're going to get that first, but I think we have to go down and then back up, if memory serves. Yeah, so we needed the hook shot, so we couldn't actually have gotten this yet. I don't think. I missed. Ah, no. The boulders which only ever come rolling down the mountain whenever we come by. Why? Why? Well, I guess this place is called Death Mountain. I mean, it's like Mount Doom. It's not exactly... The name implies it's not pleasant. Alrighty. Yes, I knew I missed one. Alright. So, there are exactly 4 heart pieces left in this game. You must somehow make... Yeah, that was a clue we needed much earlier, but we were able to find our way up to Spectacle Rock with these. Oh, we can't hook that across there. Huh. Okay. I guess we just drop down then. Alright, and with that, we will proceed to on with what we were actually coming all this way for. I'm glad we got that. That brings us up to 16 hearts. So with 3 dungeons left, and just 4 heart pieces left, we know where everything is. We'll be able to get it relatively easily at this point. Right, going forward. But we won't be getting any more this episode, but that's fine. 16 hearts is more than sufficient to complete this game. But I want to get all 20, just because... Just because it's nice to complete aspects of this game. Alright. Part of me wishes that... sorry. Part of me wishes that the Tower of Hera was a destination point for the bird, and not the bottom of, not the base of this mountain. And climb. That would be simpler. That's fine. Alright, we need the hammer for coming up ahead, I believe. Oh, also, if I remember correctly... Oh, no, you can't. That's... Oh, that was in Link Between Worlds, you could do that. Yeah, no, the Gorons are completely indestructible in this game. Oh wait, there's a heart piece over there. How do we get to that? Alright, I may not be able to get to that this session. I don't remember. I'll double check, but... Huh. Okay. Apparently there is an order to this. It's not going to take too long to figure this out. There's only 3 possible combinations. Alright. I'm just going to double check what the combination is just because to save time. Alright. So I double checked. We don't have to come this way. I went the wrong way, apparently. Also, no, we cannot get that heart piece. I double-checked that, too. That will be accessible. That will, in all likelihood, be the final heart piece we get. However, I also may or may not, I cannot remember, I can't be entirely certain, have missed another heart piece along the way somewhere, so we might end up getting another one. I'll have to double check. But this episode is going almost reaching its conclusion, so we'll probably pick that up next time. We actually just had to jump off here. Alright, need to pound that down. Then we need the magic cape. Which apparently, in addition to invisibility, makes us... So it's not really invisibility, it's like we basically become a ghost while wearing the cape. So the cape consumes a fair bit of magic. There we go. I guess it's like the ring from Lord of the Rings. It kind of puts you kind of out of phase with the rest of reality. Alright, and here we have the Cane of Berna. It creates a magical barrier, or ring of light as it says, which will protect us from all damage. And I'll demonstrate it here because this is actually much cheaper than the cape itself. As you can see, our magic is decreasing, but not nearly as quickly. And you just have to press the button again to turn it off. Alright. Okay, I'm going to replenish the potion I used, again, because there's going to be a lot of magic-intense things coming up in this session, in this series from now on. And because magic offers us a lot of advantages that we cannot afford to pass up sometimes. Yeah, I really should have got those 300 rupees now. Oh well. Alright, with this we should be able to proceed to the next dungeon, I think. We won't be exploring it this episode, but I'm going to get us there. Yeah. By this point, there's very few enemies in the light world are a threat to us now. Yeah. Even the sword beam has increased damage thanks now that we've tempered the sword. Alright, if I remember correctly, we have to proceed through the light world to get to the next dungeon. Which is down here in Lake Hylia, if I'm... Yes, this should be it. Isn't here again? Oh, this is it. This is the Pond of Happiness. Throw some rupees in, and your wishes come true. I'm not going to do that just yet because this next dungeon we might have to is quite magic intensive, and I may need to go and get more potions. Yeah, an enemy that doesn't instantly die or get frozen by the ice rod. Alright, this is the Ice Palace, which is the 5th dungeon on our tour through the Dark World here. And this is where we will pick up next time. Oh, hang on. I would have preferred a large one, but thank you. Okay, yes. This is where we'll pick up next time. So this episode is a little under an hour, but it's still a good length, I think, because we did a lot today. Okay. We still need to clear through the next dungeon, which, unfortunately, my preferred method of freezing everything solid and then smashing with a big hammer isn't going to work. So we'll see new tricks and and tactics in the next episode. But until then, thank you for watching, everyone. Please remember to like and subscribe, and please join me here again next time when we will continue our adventures through the Dark World in one of my favorite games of all times. And we're nearing the end, people. There's only going to be a few more episodes of this left. Yeah. Thank you for watching, everyone. Bye.